talk about my boobs, but do y'all see my hair though? Who that? Who that be? What's good, y'all? Yeah. So I woke up April 25th, going into this was the surgery day, and I woke up as if I wasn't really gonna go into it, and that's how I usually wake up and go to these procedures or whatever medical things that I go through. Because if I don't go in with that mindset that I'm not doing it, then I'm gonna punk myself out until the very last end. So that's what I got into. And I woke up, I took my shower with my ivory soap, make sure my body was nice and clean. And I said goodbye to my boobies, my old boobies. It was bittersweet. Took some last minute pictures of them, and it's time to say peace. It's been real. Y'all were not wanted really, but it's time for better things. And yeah, I went to McDonald's. My mom came and picked me up. She took me to McDonald's. Got me a pineapple mango smoothie because the doctor recommended to have pineapples, even though it's fast food. And by the way, if anybody ever wants to get in contact with Dr. Gheewala, I will have it in the info description box below, or I'll put it somewhere in the video later on. I don't know exactly where I'm going to put it yet, but I will definitely have it for you if ever you want to have a consultation with him or whatever. And let him know that your girl Bianca sent you, alright? So yeah, I made my way over to Dr. Gheewala. I went to his office and he asked me if I had any questions. And at that moment, the only question that I had was I wanted to know if he could record while I was having the procedure done. And he said, unfortunately, that he can't, because once he has the sterile gloves on, he can't go back and forth touching the phone and my boobs and all the surgical equipment and stuff like that. So unfortunately, I could not. After he checked up on me and everything, we headed to the back where we were going to go to the procedure, and he did the outline on my chest, and he basically told me like what he was going to do. Like, he was gonna cut around the areola and make it smaller, that he was gonna raise the nipple up, and he was gonna remove the excess skin from underneath the boob and raise the tissue and take out a little bit of tissue and reduce some of the fat that's in there and all of that. And from that point on, it was really down to business. I took more pictures of after he drew on me. I'm gonna show that in there, but yeah, it was down to business. And I did my last minute signing, like if anything happens, all the legal papers and whatnot. And then he was like, all right, it's time to put the phone away. And I came back to that cocktail of meds that I told y'all about in the last video with the acetaminophen, codeine, and Xanax, and all these other drugs that had me messed up. So he let the meds settle in. He told me to use the bathroom because he doesn't want me to go back and forth once he starts the surgery, because if he's cutting me open and then I have a whole titty that's open, how am I look, So he was like, make sure you relieve yourself. You're not going to drink anything afterwards, because, we're just going to try to do this in one shot. I'm like, all right. So after he let it settle for a couple of minutes, I was like, whoa. I got up and everything just went left. So after using the bathroom, he let the medicine, settle in a little bit more. He gave it a few more moments. And then I sat down, I laid down on the table, and it was time to start with the anesthesia. So he started with the right side, and I thought he was really gonna stick me a million times. I do not like needles at all. I can't even stress that enough. I don't like needles. I'm the biggest baby when it comes to them, but yeah, he did what he had to do. He went in, but he would put it halfway, and then he would bring it up, and then he'll move it around while it's still stuck inside me, and move it around that way. So he started from the top, and then he would go down, bring it up, go around, and kept going like that. And so he went all the way around the boob. So that was, and I was watching him do that part. And I was just like, yo, this is crazy. And eventually you would start to feel that it was getting numb. Well, not feel that it's getting numb, it would just go numb. You couldn't really, you would start losing your sensation of feeling there. Then he started on the other side, and I was just like, I wish I could just go to sleep at that point, but I really couldn't even. He made sure to tell me that like the cutoff point from under your boob and basically under your arm, what do you call this area, your side, this area right here, basically he told me where that cutoff point was gonna be, that he can't go past that because I do have excess skin on my sides too. So he was like, make sure to let me know that after this part of your boob, you know, you can't cut anywhere past that. I'm like, okay. So after he numbed to both sides, he covered me up and I couldn't see anything. And I was just thinking to myself, okay, just breathe and relax. Just breathe and relax. And he started with the right one again, and it was just the weirdest feeling. Like, it didn't hurt right when he was cutting. It didn't hurt when he was cutting, but it was like the weirdest feeling. Like, he made the incision starting from under the boob, and then he went around, and it was like you felt it. I felt my flesh pulling away from itself. Like, it's just the weirdest, ickiest feeling. It didn't hurt. It just felt like you just felt the pressure, I guess you can say. And I only remember the longest incisions because for some reason, well, because of the medicine, my mind was just loopy. It was just all over the place, and it was just in and out. Like, parts of me couldn't focus, parts of me couldn't remember. Dr. Gheewala, if you're watching, I apologize. I know I asked you a million times while I was under the influence of your drugs that if you could record, and you seemed like you were so frustrated with me, but you kept your patience. But yeah, I apologize. It was the drugs. It had me messed up. I couldn't I don't know why, but it was like I remember asking him, but I kept asking him, and I don't like to annoy people, but it's like, what? I'm like, what is good with me? Like, I couldn't help it. But he made sure that he was, I was awake the whole entire procedure. So he was talking to me, making sure I was okay, and we had some small talks, but I was just letting him focus, let him do what he has to do, and he was doing the same. And I would just try to basically remain calm, let him do whatever he had to do. And as he was cutting, he would, like, if I did feel pain, I would let him know, and then he'll add a little bit of more anesthesia to the parts that he probably missed. Like, the pain wasn't that bad because I was already, I already had the anesthesia in me, but the parts that probably he went deeper or so, needed a little extra anesthesia. And it took about 5 hours. 5 hours later, he was done. He made sure that all the stitches were intact, and he was pulling on my nipple like a cow. Like, imagine when when you were a kid and you were milking a cow. Like, that's how he pulled my nipple to make sure that all the stitches was around the areola and everything. And I was just like, ew. Like, it didn't even hurt. It didn't hurt. But I'm like, ew. Like, I feel like a cow. At that time, I was only able to look at them for like a couple seconds. Like, he let me get a quick look, and then he had to, put the surgical tape, and then he put the gauze, and he bandaged me all up. And yeah, and we put the sports bra on over everything, because to keep everything in place. And I'm not exactly sure. No, I'm lying. He did say not to touch it. Like, I wasn't able to exactly touch it until after, I think after the first visit. So I walked out. I was like, yes, my boobs is up to here now. I'm like, yes. I'm walking in the street. I think I got a snap when I was walking. I'm like, I got my titties done. And I just remember about 2 hours later, when all that anesthesia wore off, it was just a rush of heat and pressure and pain, and it just got really tight. And yo, if you ever had surgery, whoo, and your anesthesia ran off, and you describe that pain down below. If you ever had your anesthesia run out, how did that make you feel? It was the worst. I had to pop some that codeine right after, because it was just too much. It really was. And people would ask me, they would be like, oh, do you feel better? Do you feel lighter? And at the time when I got it done, they felt heavier to me, because I don't know if my logic would make sense, but since I was kind of big chested and they were saggy, all the weight in my chest was basically down by my belly button. So when he brought my breast up, I felt all the weight up here, and it just felt heavy. I don't know if that makes sense, but I guess for him bringing the weight up, I was able to feel the weight more. I don't know, but that's how it felt to me. 4 days later, on the 29th, I went for the first checkup, and that's when we got to really fully see the boobies. And the prior to that day, I would try to peek at them from the top and whatnot, but I couldn't get the full look. But that day we was able to remove the gauze, and I got to see what they really looked like. And he said that they were healing nicely. Just make sure that I leave the bra on, keep the bra on, to keep the support, and to wash with warm water, and to air dry or pat dry. And I did that for about a week, and he said that the next day that I'll be able to take the tape off. Now, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. When he took all that gauze off and whatnot, I could not stop staring at my titties. I'm like, yo, my titties are like reborn. Like, I don't understand the feeling. I'm like, yo, I got new boobies now. Like, I'm about to act up. I don't know if y'all know, I'm about to act up. Like, I finally don't have no granny, saggy titties. I have perky boobies now. Ooh. All the outfits that I missed out on life, all the strapless clothes that I could not wear that I could wear now, I'm about to act up. I'm about to act the fool. I'm telling everybody, what? IGG is coming up. I don't know what I'm about to post in the video, but IGG is coming up. I'm finna be naked, okay? I'm showing these titties off, okay? Because, I'm young, and I got this body. About time I could finally embrace this body, okay? No judgment. I'm finna be naked. The next day I was able to remove the tape, and the pain, I will tell you about the pain. The pain fluctuates. Like, some days I'll be fine, I won't have no pain. Some other days I won't have pain. And right now I'm recording this video. It's been a while. I know I'm backdated, but it's June 6th, I believe, right? Look at me. I went to work today. I don't even know what today is. So. I think it's June 6th. But if it's June 6th, like, up to this day, I did the surgery in April. So 2 months later, basically, well, not really exactly 2 months later, a month and some change later, about a month and a half later, so I still feel pain. So that just goes to show you, it's still a healing process. And so I took the tape off, and I don't know if I'm going to put that in this video or if I'm going to put it in the next video, because I don't want to make this video too long, guys. I don't know what I'm going to do when it comes to that. But I hope you enjoyed watching it. If I put it in this video, I hope that you enjoy watching me inflict pain on myself, because yeah, removing the surgical tape, it hurts like a mother lover. So yeah. And in the next video, I will keep y'all up to date on how it is now. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Please leave your questions down below. Leave your comments down below. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Love y'all.